Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. I have been working over the past few days to pack up things that I'm hoping to accomplish at Gen Con. By pack up, I mean conceptually, not physically. I'm I'm a last second packer. It usually doesn't take me very long to get ready. But I'm trying to mentally compartmentalize or pack up the things that I want to accomplish this year. Obviously, number one on my list is helping Ignacy, helping my friend at the Portal Games booth. That's something that's always on my mind. But I'm also find myself once again trying to find a publisher for some of my games. I think I've designed a lot of games over the past couple decades. 25 years now I've been trying. And I've given up on almost all of them. There are very few that I considered publish worthy that I self-published because I couldn't be bothered to try to find a publisher. And I think some of those deserve to be published. This is one of them. This is my Marine Corps rethemed version of Princess Dice. Princess Dice was a game I designed to play with my kids. Princess Fairy Rainbow Unicorn Dice is the full name. And I think this is a pretty damn good dice game. It's a very simple game. It just uses 7 dice and some gems and some pieces. And I had a publisher who was interested in it long ago. And that just didn't happen, and so I rethemed it as in this Marine Corps theme, this Marines assaulting a beach kind of thing, and put it on the Game Crafter, and I sold like maybe 2 or 3 copies of it ever. But I think that this is a really good game. It's a very simple game. It's a very simple game. A very small number of components, very simple, thing, but I think that it's a solid product, and I think that somebody could turn this into a pretty good little game. So I'm taking this box to Gen Con. It's got both copies, the Princess version, the Marine Corps version, and in here I have a couple of still shrink wrapped copies of Pull, the card game that I kickstarted. In 2014, I did this game. And this is a very, very, very good game. This is a very good trick-taking game. It's really clever. And I'm super proud of this. But it'll never be played by anybody. I think in the years since 2014 that this is set on the Game Crafter. I think I put this on the Game Crafter like 2018 or something like that. It's sold maybe 2, and I think it's sold to you guys because I've mentioned it and you've gone and bought it. This is a partnership trick-taking game that is actually really good. And it deserves to have people playing it. Obviously, so both of these games I feel really weird about because I didn't give them their chance. This one in particular is, harried by its theme. Like, nobody cares about trap shooting. Why? I did that on purpose. If you go back... You go back and read blog posts and watch videos where I've talked about this game. It was purposefully done. I chose a terrible theme for a reason. This game, however, I think the Princess version is probably the better version, not the Marine Corps version. But it's also a pretty hefty price for a 15-minute dice game where you just roll some dice and collect some things. But it has decisions. It's a good, light decision-making dice game. So I'm hoping to find a publisher who's willing to take a look at these as opportunity to help bring these 2 games to a larger market. On top of these 2, I have my train game, which I'm actively trying to find a publisher for. These two, I would say, yeah, I would love to find a publisher, but I'm not actively begging for eyes on these. I want to find somebody who's willing to publish these. It's going to be a difficult road, and I know that, and I'm okay with that. Maybe someday that'll happen. But the train game, yeah. The other one is the squirrel game that I did last year for Gen Con, and I never even found a publisher who was willing to take a look at it. Same as these, I don't have a publisher willing to take a look at these. I'm going to show them to a couple of people, and hopefully I can find some, go see this person, go see that person. But I do this, I shouldn't say I do this every year. I've done it for the last 2 years. I took a break. I wasn't actively trying to be published for 5 years. I wasn't actively seeking out publication for a long time there. And every year, it's just this disheartening slap. It's just like, here we go again, right? We're going to try, and we're going to get rejected, and we have to just suck it up as part of the process and move on. And I realize that it's part of the process, and it's going to happen, and you have to learn how to suck it up. It doesn't make it easier. If anything, it just gives resilience to the eventual letdown. But I think that there's something in this box for somebody. Somebody in that hall. There is some publisher in that hall who can look at both of these games and go, I see it. Let's do it. I just don't know who that person is. I'd love to find them. And that's my quest. Find that person. Or persons. And maybe, just maybe, I can leave next week with one less prototype, or 2 less prototypes, or 4. And, find somebody interested in giving me a chance. Man, that was sad. I don't know. I'm feeling just kind of overwhelmed by it currently. I'm feeling like, imposter type stuff. Like, who wants this game? This isn't worth anybody's time. I think it is, though. I think it is. I really do think it is. I just have to find the person whose time it's worth. That's the challenge. And I've been no responses from anybody, which is frustrating. So I just frustrated, imposter syndrome, getting ready to leave for a week worth of work. It's an uphill battle, but I think that that uphill battle is the story of every game that you love went through that uphill battle, right? Every game that you love to play, somebody fought for it, somebody championed it, somebody made it, and forced other people to pay attention. And that's what I have to learn how to do. I'm not good at it. You see, I would rather just publish it myself and nobody ever play it. That's old me, though. New me wants to share it with the world. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends with other people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is multifarious. It is an adjective meaning varied, wide-ranging, versatile, covering many different areas or fields. Yvonne's multifarious talents include showing horses, lacrosse, and opera singing. Multifarious. MULTIFARIOUS. I would say that I have a multifarious selection of skills.